Hey, this is Clinton with North Texas Orthopedics. I'm a physical therapist, and today I want to go over some proper lifting strategies and bending strategies, things to help spare your spine and help you move better and reduce the burden on your back throughout the day. So when we think about bending, so many things that you do during the day are going to involve you picking things up off the floor. What you want to do is make sure that your hips are the main thing leading that motion. What I mean by that is this right here puts a ton of burden on my back. If I just were simply trying to bend like that and grab it and pull, that's going to put a lot of load on my spine, versus if I keep my spine more upright and I use my glutes to push my hips back like that and get into this position, it's going to take a lot of pressure off of my back. Now, a lot of you will have trouble just finding that position. Back pain has a way of messing up some of your movement patterns. So to help you start getting the hang of that motion, you can almost take, this will act like a splint. This is just a PVC pipe. You can use a broomstick. Anything that's long enough to go from like the back of your head down to your sacrum or your glutes. So with this in place, I'm going to hold this with my hand at my waistline. I'm going to hold it in contact with my upper back. I'm going to hold it in contact with my head. And then what I want you to practice is just bending through the hips and feeling what that feels like to do that properly. If you do it right, you're going to feel that stretch through your hamstrings and maybe even a little bit into your glutes. And I want you to get used to doing that several times, get that motion programmed into your brain, so that when you go to bend normally throughout the day, this is the pattern that you're going to use. And when you do that, this places the burden of that weight on your, and it shifts it from your back, it shifts it into your glutes and your hamstrings, both muscles that are designed to withstand that load, not your spine. So when you can carry, and once you practice that and you've got it and it feels smooth, then you can try to carry that over and to start getting some better lifting technique. Now, if you're really early on and you're having a lot of symptoms, it's probably not the best time to start trying to relearn how to lift. Instead, use some strategies that are going to take the burden off of your back, those being simply getting your hand on something stable, dropping down onto one knee. If you have to, you can put a towel down or a pillow, something to keep your knee from smashing into the floor too much. And then you can use that to pick up something off of the floor without even having to bend through your spine much at all. Another good option is like what a golfer will do when they go to bend over to pick up their tee or their ball, and it's going to involve just bending through one hip to reach down and pick something up like this. It works really good with lighter objects. It does not work good with heavy things, especially if you've been having some back issues. Those are two really good options. And then once you start feeling better and your symptoms are clearing up, you're going to start working towards getting back into being able to pick stuff up, placing as little burden on your back as possible. So I have a small kettlebell here, and I'm going to show you guys how I would recommend that you pick something like this up. This is very conveniently shaped. Obviously, it's got a handle on it. Most of the things that you're going to be picking up won't be that conveniently shaped, but the concept is what I want you to focus on. So whenever you go to lift something heavy, you want to bring your center of gravity as close to what you're picking up as possible. For me, since it's this kettlebell, I can get right over the top of it, so it's right in line with my spine. You're going to use a good hip hinge to get down into position to pick it up. Get your hands on it. I want you to brace through your stomach. I want you to kind of think about squeezing your armpits so that your upper back muscles turn on and they give your back more support. And then you're going to just initiate with your hips. Push it up and through just like that. And you can use that technique to lift up really heavy stuff and spare a lot of that burden from your back and place more of the demand through your glutes, your thighs, and then like your upper back musculature. Just like that. Anything that has some weight to it would be beneficial to use any of those techniques that I just covered. Another thing to think about with lifting and carrying, whenever you've got something with good weight to it, make sure that as you carry and hold it, you keep it in tight to your body reaching across an area to pull something towards you or trying to lift something from a long ways away is going to put a lot of leverage on your back, and it's going to give you put you at higher risk to have some symptom flare up again. So make sure that you're carrying and lifting heavy things really close to your body. If you have any further questions or if you need further guidance, feel free to contact the therapist here or contact your doctor.